Hello, I'm Angela Kane, Transformational Coach, and you're listening to WGSN-DB, Going Solo Network, and the Relationship Ready Mind talk show. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Relationship Ready Mind talk show. You're listening to WGSN-DB, the Going Solo Network. My name's Angela Kane, and I'm a transformational relationship mentor and coach, and I help people create a wonderful, happy and empowered relationship with the most important person in their life, themselves. Thank you for being here, and I just want to let you know that you're in the right place if you know that you want change in your life at the moment and would like to know how to turn your life around, wake up feeling happy and excited about your life every day, and lose the fear and doubt that keep you stuck. Today we're going to discuss a very profound topic, and one that once you have an understanding of can change your life like night and day, and very quickly too. We're going to talk about universal laws, the laws that govern our universe. And so by the end of our time together today, you'll have an understanding of three main areas in your life that are holding you back. An understanding of how the world really works, how imperative it is to know about these laws, and how your life will change for the better once you get to grips with these concepts and are aware of their existence. But first, if it's okay with you, I'd like to tell you a little bit about me so you can get an idea of who I am, what I do, and why the heck you should even listen to me. I'm a spiritual coach and mentor for midlife women who are fed up with settling for less, doubting themselves, and feeling alone and lonely. I help them create a fantastic relationship with themselves. I can honestly say that I have never been happier in my entire life than I am right now. I wake up feeling calm, peaceful, and happy most days. I do the work that I love to do, that I was put on this earth to do. I have a wonderful partner and family, and later this year, I'm moving to the countryside. So my life is fabulous at the moment. And as I said, I'm really, really happy. But it wasn't always this way for me. I used to fear getting older, and now it really doesn't bother me at all. And I just see myself becoming more fulfilled and happier as time goes by. I heard a quote a few years ago that really stuck in my mind that said, "Don't fear getting older. It's a privilege denied to many." And I know about that. When they were younger than me, than I am now, both my parents were dead. I became an orphan as a teenager, and that started a journey of fear and anger, and I wasn't quite sure how I was going to cope with life one day to the next. I was absolutely devastated, terrified, and very vulnerable. My self-worth was on the floor, and for well over 20 years, I continued to have a string of broken relationships with men who were emotionally unavailable, just like me. And then one day, about 20 years ago, I walked into a seminar in Kansas City, Missouri, when I was on a works trip, and I came out of that seminar a different person. The guy on the stage was talking about how you can change your life by changing how you think. I was completely blown away. My whole body was vibrating from head to toe, and I listened intently to every word he said. When I came home, I started buying metaphysical books and reading everything on that subject that I could get my hands on. And I've pretty much been studying ever since. I'm now a certified transformational coach and leader, an NLP practitioner, a law of attraction advanced practitioner, and have taken many, many other courses over the years, too numerous to mention, in metaphysics, psychology, and human potential. And the reason I'm telling you this is because when I was at school, I really thought that I was stupid and thought I would never succeed at anything. But when I found my purpose, the work that I do now, everything just fell into place. And I realized I wasn't stupid at all. I just wasn't interested in the information I had to learn at school. And now I spend my life helping others who are also full of fear, doubt, feeling not good enough, to move through those fears, to understand how their mind works, and to figure out the limiting beliefs that are holding them back. I take them through a 7-step transformational process, which I call the return to essence. And they come out the other side feeling empowered, confident, and really knowing their worth. They understand themselves, and also they understand how the universe really works, and that they can manage their inner critic. Life takes on a whole new meaning, and they're ready and confident to move forward. And if they want to, are ready to embark on a new relationship. And if not, they're happy just being themselves. They have their life back, and that is priceless and what gives me the greatest joy. So enough about me, let's talk about you and what you can do to change your life. So as I mentioned earlier, we're going to talk today about universal laws and how they affect every area of your life. There are 7 universal laws or principles by which everything in the universe is governed. The universe exists in perfect harmony, and by virtue of these laws, ancient mystical teachings going back over 5,000 years from ancient Egypt, India, and Greece all have as a common thread these 7 spiritual laws of the universe. As well as the 7 main laws, there are many, many subsidiary laws as well. And once you understand, apply, and start to work with these laws and not against them, you will experience massive change in your life. The reason this is so important is that if you're not aware of them and not working with them, that doesn't mean they're not happening. They are, and they're happening 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And if your life is not going the way you want it, you're obviously sending either the wrong message or a confused message out to the universe. And consequently, you will not get the result that you want. So, how can we start working with these laws and stay aligned with them? Well, in the very limited time we have available today, I'm going to talk to you about one of the universal laws. And it's probably the universal law that you will be most aware of, which is the law of vibration, better known as the law of attraction. And I'm sure most of you will have heard of that. But right now we're going to take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to look at this very important law and how we can get it working in our favour. So make sure you stay tuned for that.
Hey everybody, this is your girl Dr. MV, host of Singles Get Real. Catch the show every Thursday evening at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you missed the show, simply check out my podcast. Thanks for listening to WGSN-DB, Going Solo Network.
Hello and welcome back to the Relationship Ready Mind Talk Show on WGSN-DB, the Going Solo Network, with me, Angela Kane. And our topic today is about universal laws. And if you've just joined us, don't worry, because now we're going to get into the really interesting information. Before the break, we just started to explore the topic of universal laws, and one of the main laws that I expect most people have heard of, which is the law of attraction, which is really the law of vibration, but most people know it as the law of attraction. The law of vibration is an immutable law, which means it's absolute and cannot be changed in any way. This universal law tells us that nothing rests. Everything moves. Everything vibrates. That we really do live in an ocean of motion. The whole of the universe is vibrating. Science has confirmed that everything in the universe, including you, is pure energy, vibrating at different frequencies. The old saying that like attracts like comes from this law. Everything that we experience with our five senses is conveyed through our vibrations. The same applies to the mental realm of thought. Your thoughts are vibrations. All your emotions are energy. Emotion is energy in motion. That's what it is. Our vibrations are measured on an emotional scale, which was invented by Dr. David Hawkins. Dr. David R. Hawkins, MD, PhD, developed a map of the levels of human consciousness, also called the scale of consciousness, that uses a muscle testing technique called applied kinesiology to document the spiritual realm. This research was scientifically validated and published in Dr. Hawkins' doctoral dissertation and is described brilliantly in his phenomenal book, Power versus Force, The Anatomy of Consciousness, which was published in 1995, I think. And so if you're interested in learning more about the emotional scale, I highly recommend that book. It's pretty hard going, but well worth it. Each level of consciousness coincides with human behaviors and perceptions about life and God. Each level represents a corresponding attractor field of varying strength that exists beyond our three-dimensional reality. To give you an example of the law of vibration or attraction at work would be wanting more abundance in your life, but focusing on what you don't have, feeling scarcity and lack and getting more of that back. Or perhaps if you would like to attract a new partner into your life, but at the same time you're thinking, I'll never meet anyone. All the good ones are taken. Who's going to be interested in me anyway? Have any of you ever thought those thoughts? I would guess you have. I know I have. But the vibration you're sending out, the messages you're sending out is you'll never meet anyone. And even if you do, they won't be interested in you. And all vibration carries information. And that is the information your vibration will be carrying out into the ether to bring back to you what you're asking for, which is totally the opposite of what you really want to happen. Sadly, this is how most people live their lives because they don't understand the laws that govern our universe. Another example is if perhaps there's a job opportunity or the possibility of a promotion at work, and you really want this because you think it would be nice to increase your income, but your inner critic is telling you that you'll never get that job. It's too hard. You're not clever enough, etc., etc. We discussed this kind of stuff on last week's show about limiting beliefs. So if you haven't heard that, check out the podcast on my page. That will give you a deeper understanding of the beliefs that you hold that may be limiting your life. And those beliefs also carry a vibration which carries information out into the universe to bring back to you the exact opposite of what you really want. And that's because you don't have a full understanding of these laws and they're working against you instead of with you. These laws are absolute and completely neutral and are just working the way they've always worked. It's just that you don't have a full understanding of them if the results in your life are not what you want them to be. And even if you've heard it all before and you think you know all this, if your life isn't working, then perhaps you really don't, Because if you had an understanding of them, your life would be different. By the time we're 35 years old, we've become a set of unconscious beliefs, habits, and behaviors. And if you're not being mindful and living in the present moment, you're running automatic programs from the subconscious mind, approximately 96% of the time, so scientists tell us these days. And so the first step of change is to become conscious, become aware of the present and of what you're thinking and feeling and thinking at any given moment. Look at the emotions that you've memorized and observe these states, because they obviously feel familiar to you. The more distracted you are with work, family, Facebook, TV, your phone, your job, etc., etc., you're giving all your attention to these things. And where your attention goes, energy flows. This means that there's little or no energy left for your inner self, your inner being. When you place your attention on yourself by being in the present moment, you then call back the energy. And from this place, change begins to happen. Your personal reality is creating your personality. So Dr. Joe Dispenza tells us, which means that your environment, what you experience with your 5 senses, really does create your reality. So let me ask you this question. Does your environment control your thinking? Or does your thinking control your environment? Which one is it? Be honest. Do you allow influences outside of yourself, like your job, partner, kids, to affect how you feel? Or do you decide when you wake up in the morning how your day is going to pan out and how you're going to feel? If you are reactive to what's going on around you, you're not designing your future. You're allowing your memories to create your future. And the best way to predict your future is to create it. To make change, you have to not make the same choices today that you did yesterday. In my 7-step transformational system to a whole and complete life, I walk you through a step-by-step process, which is both practical and spiritual, because to get the desired outcome, we need both to a complete and fulfilled life. We release all limiting beliefs at a soul level. We make friends with your critic and get it working for you and not against you. We have a process to deal with doubts and fears so that they don't paralyze you, and so much more, so that you come out the other side with a completely different view of life, of yourself, and you have the confidence to move forward into the life you know you were meant to have, and feel ready and able, if you wish, to embark on a new relationship, if that's what you want. And if not, to just be happy with where you are and with yourself. So if that sounds like you, or if you'd like any other information or have any questions that I can help you with, please get in touch with me. There's no such thing as a silly question. If it's bothering you, then let me know and I'll write back to you as soon as possible. And please know that it's totally confidential. I also offer a limited number of complimentary one-to-one sessions each month. They're strictly on a first-come, first-served basis, and if you would like to apply for one of these sessions, please put that in the title of your email. I'm here to help you, so please take advantage of that if you need some help in your life right now. You can contact me by email at angela@angelakane.com or via my website, which is angelakane.com, or just click on the button on the radio show page below. I love reading your emails, so please keep them coming. Thank you so much again for listening today. I know your time is valuable, and I truly appreciate you spending it with me. You're listening to WGSN-DB, Going Solo Network, and I'm Angela Kane. Don't forget to tune in again next week when we'll be discussing more profound and life-changing information. Many blessings to you all. Take care and bye for now.